A soft light flickers to life, revealing a group of people standing unconscious in a circle. Abruptly, a young woman stirs awake, her calls echoing into the emptiness. With no response, she attempts to step forward, only to be halted by a buzzing sound. Glancing down, she notices she's standing on a red circle. Another attempt to retreat triggers the buzzer once more. Even reaching out to touch the person beside her sets off the alarm. Her hand is encircled in a faint glow. Across the room, a man warns her to stay still, cautioning about unseen observers. She bombards him with questions, to which he can only offer uncertain answers. Then, another woman jerks awake in a panic. Despite his attempts to calm her, she moves. And in a flash, a beam of electricity shoots from the center of the circle, claiming her life. Out of the blue, the lights snap on, jolting everyone awake, with one unlucky guy kicking the bucket immediately. The first guy orders everyone to freeze, while a cop frantically searches for his weapon. He instructs them to stay still, emphasizing not to make any contact. A beeping sound starts up, and one of the deceased dudes is dragged away, his hand glowing weirdly. The beeping continues, and an electric charge starts building, zapping the first guy before he can say another word. Panic ensues, but amidst the chaos, the guy in the hat realizes he's in control of the floor lights. He points out that the lights stop in front of a woman, and she gets zapped. As others question what's happening, he urges them to figure out how to manipulate the floor lights themselves. Everyone follows his lead and realizes that they can only control the light in front of them. The guy in the hat figures that they're the ones pulling the strings on who bites it. Another beep sounds, and zap! Someone else gets fried. Amidst the beeping, a pregnant lady scans the scene, trying to piece things together. Another jolt of electricity, and she finds out they're basically voting. She explains they're offing whoever gets the most votes, decided by closing their hands. Someone suggests that they vote for the already dead guy, and they're all in as the beeping continues. But when it stops, someone still gets zapped. Next round, they all decide not to vote. Suddenly, all the lights come on, but someone still gets zapped anyways. The dude in the blue hoodie hushes everyone up and suggests they brainstorm a plan to get a grip on their situation and put a stop to the craziness. His idea is to take out the older folks first. The guy with the hat agrees, but not everyone's on board. Blue hoodie thinks they should start with the geezer to his right and go clockwise from there. The pregnant lady's not feeling it, but nobody's got a better plan. The beeping goes on, and despite the old man's pleas, he meets his fate. Since most folks are down with the blue hoodie's plan, they try to make sense of what's going on. They grill the soldier, thinking he might have a clue, like if it's an alien invasion or something, but he's just as clueless as the rest. Then some guy in the back starts rambling about what he remembers before waking up here. He recalls being struck in traffic, then legging it before everything went dark. A few others nod, saying they remember the same deal. The beeping starts up again, and they cast their votes, this time targeting the next elderly person. Meanwhile, this guy's recalling getting hauled up onto a spaceship. He's got glimpses of a red room stuffed with bodies, now thinking that they weren't dead, but just knocked out cold. They settle on booting out the third old-timer while they keep chatting. Then the fourth old-timer chimes in with his own memory flash. Maybe about the aliens, how they talked, what they looked like. Some folks ain't buying it, thinking he's spinning tails to save his own hide, but he gets hit all the same. Hat guy asks who will be next in line to get zapped. They point to the hat lady, asking her how old she is. The fact that she's only 52 changes the minds of the others. She tells them that she had cancer, but she beat it. Blue hoodie thinks that since she is more likely to die than the rest of them, she should be next. A doctor interjects, saying that's not true. To that, Blue hoodie says that since she's over 50, she needs to go. But some of the others disagree, wondering how low the age limit would get eventually. Blue hoodie tries to convince them of his strategy to no avail. They unalive him. Cancer lady suggests that they should start figuring out why they were chosen for the circle. Though some of the others think that it was a random scenario, she says that they should try to learn more about each other. Beth goes first and tells the others about herself. As she speaks, the beeping starts again and she gets zapped. After that, most of the people think that they should not share their names, and they're apprehensive about sharing anything else too. Craig steps up next, blurting out that the woman on his left is his wife. Someone speaks up, wondering who else might know each other. A guy from the back joins in, mentioning he's acquainted with the doctor, though they won't say how they know each other. Craig pleads with everyone not to off his wife. As the beeping goes on, another zap occurs. Next up, they turn to the Hispanic man, but he doesn't understand English. The woman behind him offers to translate. She asks about his family, and he mentions his 3 daughters back in Mexico. The man in the red tie shifts the conversation to illegal immigrants, but the guy in the flannel shirt throws a curveball, asking if you'd need a green card to get abducted by aliens. They urge the translator to find out if he's in the US legally, and he admits he's not. As the beeping persists, it zaps a young girl in the front row, catching some off guard. The cop spots a guy in the front row, Raul, whom he recognizes for allegedly assaulting his girlfriend. Cancer Lady questions if he's certain it was Raul. The conversation between the cop and Raul shifts to broader issues of profiling and prejudice rather than focusing on the specifics of the alleged incident. As they inquire about the assault, Raul callously remarks that his girlfriend got what you deserved. In the next round, Raul gets zapped. Following this, the blonde woman from the front row suggests they're meant to discern who's good and who's bad. She believes there must be a purpose behind their situation, but the man beside her disagrees, suggesting their predicament is merely a setup for them to eliminate each other while being observed by aliens.